All right, so to start off our unit on financial literacy, I first wanted to show you how to write a check. This might be something that you're already familiar with. Maybe you already have an account from which you can write checks. But this is a very important skill to have, as while checks, especially with the advent of online banking, checks may be seen as a little bit old-fashioned. It's still very, very useful to be able to write one. So for example, a lot of people still pay rent using checks. Bigger purchases like down payments often by check. So it's a very useful skill to be able to write one. Okay, so here is a basic check. There's a little bit of variation between checks, but not a ton. So if you ask your bank to send you, you have to order some checks. They will print some for you and get them all coded up for you. Obviously, this part is going to be your name and address and city, province, postal code. All of that is going to be in the top left-hand corner, your name and address. In the top right corner is going to be, this is your check number. So all your checks are numbered. Sometimes they start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they each get a special number. This number is also here on the bottom. This is also a check number. Right here, it repeats. What else do we have? So here, obviously, you need to put the date that you are writing out the check. Sometimes you will have to do a post-dated check, so you write the check for a date later than today so that it can only be cashed sometime in the future. So, for example, if you're doing rent checks, you might write it, give your landlord a bunch of checks written for the first of each month, and he is only allowed to cash it on the first of each month. Okay, so here, let's see, so that's the date. This is the name of whoever you are paying, so the payee, if you will. So this might be another person, it might be a company. It's very important that you check to make sure what, say, the company name is, or the full name of the person you're writing out the check for. It's very important that it matches their own bank information, so that's a good thing to check. So here you write the amount in number. So you just write your total in this box here, right? And then here on this line here, you can write the amount in words. So for example, if you were writing a check for $120, you would write 120 in words. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit of a trick to doing that, and kind of some of the extra rules to doing that soon. This here, this is what the check is for. You don't need to fill out this part. But it's very helpful if you are, say, post-dating checks. You could write, I don't know, May rent or something like that. Just a little note to say what it's for. This line here is where you sign. So this is where you write a signature. The other numbers, so this right here, this is it's called your transit number or your branch number. So this depends on where you open your account. So for example, I opened my account in small town Nova Scotia. So the branch number for my Scotiabank in small town Nova Scotia, it's like 604 something. So every specific bank has their own number. Okay, this here is the bank number. so the financial institution number. So this is different for every type of bank. So for example, the Bank of Montreal is 001, Scotiabank is 002, TD is 004, RBC is 003. Okay, so every bank has its own number. And finally, we have, this is going to be your own personal account number. All right, so a check isn't something that you want to be sharing freely because it does have some sensitive information on it. So you have to be very careful. Okay. So as an example, say I owed Villa Maria some money. Let's say I owed them $56.27. Now, how would I write out that check? So let's say, so today is, what is today? The 29th. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to fill out my date, and I'm okay if they cash it right away. So I will write 2020. So remember, always write your check in pen, right? Don't use pencil. I can always erase it out and change the number. Okay, so what month it is March, so it's the third month. What day is it? It's the 29th. So you write 29 here. So pay to the order of, that's where you write who the check is for. So we're going to write Villa Maria College. So if you were writing a check to Villa Maria, you'd probably want to make sure that you're writing it out, who exactly you're writing it out to, right? You want to double check. So this check is for $56.27. Ta-da! So here in this next line, we're going to write this out in words. So we will write $56. And for the cents, you don't have to write and 27 cents. What you're going to do is you are going to draw a straight line so that nobody can fill in extra words in there. And then you are going to just write the cents. Here, see, this is like a little fraction over 100, right? 27 over $100. Okay? If no cents, so say you're writing a check for $120, you would do that straight line after the words, and then instead of writing 00, you would write XX over 100. Okay, you don't write the over 100, it's already there for you. Okay, so the memo part, you can fill in what it's for. I don't know, maybe it's for a school trip. Sure. And then finally, you sign the check. So never, if you do have checks, never fill them out before you need them. Never sign them before you need them. Be very, very careful with your checks. Just because it would be easy if you did keep signed checks around for people to just, if they were to find it, they were just filling whatever number they want. So really, security is very, 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 very important. All right. So I've given you a task. There is a worksheet on PowerSchool called check_worksheet. It's just 3 checks, and I want you to fill out the 3 checks accordingly. So the first, a rent payment of $1,265 to Timber Creek Communities. The second is a card down payment of $950. Oh, I didn't put who it's for. To, I don't know, Toyota Canada. That was my first car. And the third is repaying a friend of your choice for lunch. So you choose whoever you want. And your total for lunch was $18.68. If you have any questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out. Ask me any questions. Good luck.